Hi, this is your host. This is a neuroscience podcast. Today we are going to talk about the neuroscience of emotions, or are they culturally constructed, and highlight some of the key brain regions and neurotransmitters involved in their generation and processing. So stay tuned till the end to find out more. Does the amygdala, which is an almond-shaped structure deep in the medial temporal lobe, play the same role in processing emotions across different species and cultures? For example, let's dive a bit deeper and look at the neural basis of emotions. Stay tuned for more. When you encounter a threatening stimulus, your brain activates the fight or flight response, which prepares your body to either fight the threat or run away from it. This response is mediated by the sympathetic nervous system, and it causes physiological changes such as an increased heart rate and the release of adrenaline. These changes are then integrated in the brain to produce the emotion of fear. Similarly, when you encounter a rewarding stimulus, your brain activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which then produces the emotion of joy. And if so, what is the neural basis for this universality? Or are our emotions shaped by our individual life experiences? How does the brain process and generate emotions? What is the neural basis of feeling blue or feeling on top of the world? In this series, we will dive deep into the limbic system and other brain regions that underlie our emotional lives. We will also explore how different brain regions and neurotransmitters create the subjective feeling of emotions like joy, fear, sadness, and anger. And we will also discuss how these emotions manifest physiologically and psychologically. That is, we will explore the behavioral and autonomic responses that accompany these emotions. Things like smiling and laughing when you're happy, crying when you're sad, and your heart racing when you're afraid. There are many different ways to categorize emotions. For example, are the emotions that we experience today universal? Do all humans share the same emotions? In this first episode, we will briefly cover the main emotions that we will be focusing on throughout this series. Emotions can be categorized into two, positive and negative. Broadly speaking, positive emotions include joy, contentment, and love, whereas negative emotions include fear, sadness, and anger. Now, there is a lot of overlap between these categories. For example, there are different types of fear. There is the fear that you experience when you see a bear while hiking, and there is the fear that you experience when you get a flat tire on the highway. And these two fears activate slightly different networks in the brain. The same is true for joy. The joy that you feel when you graduate from university is different from the joy that you feel when you see a puppy for the first time. But both of these joys activate reward systems in the brain that make you feel good. In general, the brain processes and generates these emotions in response to specific stimuli. So now that you know a little bit about the physiology of emotions,